Hello, it's Nicoletta. Today, as promised, we're going to be talking about the 4 agreements in our practice. Then we'll do a warm-up, and then we will do some sun and moon salutations, and then we will do a cool down with a guided meditation. And I'm trying to keep it at 30 minutes today. So, yeah, let's get started. So Miguel Ruiz is the author of the book, and he the first agreement is to be impeccable with your words. And so he wants us to speak with integrity and say only what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. And so I would like to give you a small example from the book, and then we will come into our seat already, and you can maybe close your eyes as I read this to you, and maybe just start connecting with your breath. The human mind is like a fertile ground where seeds are continually being planted. The seeds are opinions, ideas, and concepts. You plant a seed, a thought, and it grows. The word is like a seed, and the human mind is so fertile. The only problem is that too often it is fertile for the seeds of fear. Every human mind is fertile, but only for those kind of seeds it is prepared for. What is important to see is which kind of seed your mind is fertile for, and to prepare it to receive the seeds of love. Another short little explanation of the word impeccable. So the word impeccable means without sin. Impeccable comes from the Latin word peccatus, which means sin. The im in impeccable means without. So impeccable means without sin. Religions talk about sin and sinners, but let us understand what it really means to sin. A sin is anything that you do which goes against yourself. Everything you feel or believe or say that goes against yourself is a sin. If you go against yourself when you judge or blame yourself for anything. Being without sin is exactly the opposite. Being impeccable is not going against yourself. When you are impeccable, you take responsibility for your action, but you do not judge or blame yourself. So, yeah, I hope that makes sense to you guys. Our word can plant seeds, and impeccability can go against ourselves or against others. And so whenever you speak, you want to speak about with the intention of love rather than fear or hate. So go ahead and drop into your seat here for a moment. Connect with your breath and think about how you can be more impeccable with your words. Maybe put your hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Breathing in and out, filling your lungs, and then exhaling, releasing all the tension that you might be holding in your body. So our intention for today and for the rest of the week, or whenever you do this practice, is I am impeccable with my words. Go ahead and gently open your eyes, and we're going to start standing today. So go ahead and find your mat, find your practice, and wherever you're at. And we're going to start off by inhaling and exhaling. And as we inhale, we're going to come up with the arms halfway, make a fist, and then exhale, release. And we can find a little bit of a wider stance here, and we can inhale, bend the knees, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale. And we're gently going to bring our head forward and let it roll from side to side, nice and big, half circles. And we're going to stretch the arms out. We're going to reach over to each side, bending in one knee a little deeper than the other. And then we're going to bring the arms up and gently lean over to the left, coming up, leaning over to the right, coming up, bringing the arms into prayer hands. Now we're going to lift the knee and come down. Lift the knee and come down. Lift the knee. Being balanced in your one left standing leg. And then switching sides. Bending the knee. Then we're going to pause, and now we're going to circle the knees, starting with the right, coming in, out, and over. Opening the hips. And then pausing and doing the same with the left. You can be in prayer hands, holding the palms together. What does it mean to use your words for self-love and self-care? I know we have an inner critic inside of us, so be more mindful of what you say to yourself and others. Now we're going to stand at the front of our mat and we're going to go through some sun salutations to warm up our body. We're going to lift the arms up, coming into a gentle back bend. If you want to, you can support your lower back, coming into a little bit of a deeper back bend. Breathing here. Connecting in and out with the breath through the nose. And then gently coming out of it. Bringing the arms overhead, coming down into a halfway forward lift. Lift the arms. And then lower down to the floor, stepping the feet back into plank. Holding the pose for just a moment or a breath or two, lowering down to the knees, coming into your chaturanga, and then coming into your cobra or downward dog, and then gently coming up, coming into your downward facing dog. Stepping your right foot forward, coming into a lunge, bringing the back foot down, Arms overhead for warrior one. Gently bringing the arms back down, putting the leg back, coming into a downward facing dog. And then switching legs, bringing the left leg forward, coming into your warrior one on the left side. Bringing the arms down, stepping forward, gently bringing the arms overhead, gently leaning and bending the knees, lifting up halfway, and then gently coming up and going into a gentle back bend. Now we're going to stand sidewise, and in preparedness for the moon salutations and sun salutation for the equinox week, we're going to now go through the moon salutations. So you want to start off by standing on one side of your mat, bring your arms overhead, gently bend to the left, coming into center, bending to the right, coming into center, coming into your goddess squat, gently bringing your knees out to the side, gently coming up, and I forgot my block, so I'm gonna grab that real quick. So out of goddess squat, we're gonna reach, and then turn towards our right foot, coming into pyramid pose, adjusting the back leg to be comfortable here, having a slight bend in that front right knee. Then gently either bringing your hand to your block or your shin, coming into your triangle pose. Lowering back down, lowering the back knee down to the floor, coming into your deep lunge. Feeling the hips being leveled. Gently coming down into a half squat, adjusting the left leg and the right leg, using your block if you need to, or coming into a balancing pose here. Breathing. Then walk the hands into the center, bringing yourself into a squat on the other side. Maybe taking your block with you, or maybe you have two blocks, bringing the arms into your balancing pose of prayer hands, turning around and coming into a lunge on the other side. You can bring your arms overhead. Gently lower down, lift the front knee, coming into your pyramid pose on the left side. Using your block for triangle pose on the left side. Pushing into your goddess squat, into center. Gently stepping over to the left side of your mat, bringing the arms overhead into half moon, to the left, to the center, and half moon to the right, back into center. So now we're going to go back to the right side. So have your blocks ready, and I have two blocks. I'm going to put one on each end. So arms go overhead for our moon, half moon, side bend to center, side bend to the other side, back into center, stepping out for goddess squat. Stepping out, reaching wide, turning the feet, coming into our pyramid pose, being sure that there is a gentle bend in the left front leg. Gently bringing your arm onto your block for triangle pose. Gently bringing the arm down, going into your lunge. Gently coming down, shifting the feet and coming into a one-sided squat. Coming into the center, being in this goddess squat for just a moment, spreading your arms between your knees. If you can have your feet on the ground. If that's not accessible to you today, that's totally fine. Lower the hands down and walk yourself over to your right side so that you're in a squat on the right side. Then we're going to pivot the legs, coming into our lunge pose on the left side. Bringing the arms overhead for a warrior variation. Gently lowering down, coming up onto your feet, coming into your triangle pose. Gently leaning forward, coming into your pyramid pose. Gently coming into pivoting the legs into our goddess squat. Breathing here. And then gently coming up, stepping over to the other side, leaning over to the right. Gently into center, leaning over to the left. Gently into center. Now we're going to go ahead and do one more sun salutation. So find yourself at the one end of your mat and gently start off by standing in a mountain pose, just gathering your thoughts, thinking of being impeccable with your words and what that might mean for you for today. Just breathing in and out through the nose, facing the palms forward, gently bringing them overhead into a gentle back bend, not dumping all that weight into your spine. If you want to, you can support your lower back into this back bend by putting your hands on your lower back. And then gently coming out of that, leaning forward into a forward fold by bending your knees nice and deeply. Lifting up halfway into your halfway lift. Gently lowering back down and stepping the left foot behind you. Gently coming into a squat here for a moment, into a lunge here for a moment. Gently lowering your hands down, bringing your second foot behind you into a plank pose. Lower down to the knees, putting your chest on the ground for chaturanga. Gently pushing up into upward facing dog or cobra. Breathing here. Keeping your shoulder blades together on your back. Gently lowering down, pushing in through tabletop into your downward dog. Breathing here. And then stepping the right foot forward. Keeping the left foot behind, pushing into another lunge. Lowering down, stepping the second left foot in the front, gently coming into your forward fold, keeping the knees deeply bent, lifting up halfway, lowering back down. One more moment. Deeply bend in the knees. We're going to come up, reaching overhead for a gentle low back bend. Gently coming with the arms back down and stepping to the side of your mat. Now we're going to get ready for your Shavasana. So whatever you need to sit and be comfortable or need a blanket, I invite you to find your resting pose. And I'm going to guide you through a small meditation, and then I'm going to read another little part out of the book. So go ahead and either sit or lie down in a comfortable position, being supported, feeling rested, maybe closing your eyes here, letting your mind follow your breath today. So we're going to breathe into our right foot, our right ankle, right calf and chin, right knee, your right thigh, and your whole right leg. Now breathe into your left foot, your left ankle, your left calf and chin, your left knee and thigh, into your whole left leg. Your left and right leg are now relaxed and released and getting all the oxygen they need. Now breathe into your pelvic floor and your hips, right hip and left hip, the area below your belly button, the area around your belly button, and the diaphragm above your belly button. Breathing into both of your lungs, right and left. Expanding your torso, being either tall in your spine if you're sitting up, or just relaxing the muscles of the torso if you're laying down. Breathing into your heart space. Expanding each chamber of your heart with love and compassion. Breathing in compassion and love, and exhaling tension. Following up your spine until you get to your upper part of your back, your right shoulder and your left shoulder. Breathing all the way down your fingertips of your right hand, your right palm, your right wrist, your right forearm, your right elbow, your right upper arm. Breathing into your left hand, your left palm, your left wrist, your left forearm, your left elbow, your left upper arm, till you reach the center of your throat, and your cervical spine. Letting your head gently rest. Breathing now into releasing the jaw, releasing any tension between your eyebrows, releasing your left eyebrow and your right eyebrow, releasing any tension in your face, your jaw, and your cheeks. Just coming to a complete stillness in your body. Just feeling the breath on every inhalation and exhalation with your nose. You want to gently go into this new breath work today of reminding yourself when you breathe in that you inhaled. So in and out. In and out. So this is called a noting breath work. So you note the in and you note the out. We're going to do this for a couple of minutes now at our own pace. Just reminding ourselves in and out. If your mind wanders away from the in and out, just gently bring it back and focus on in and out. It's been 1 minute. So 1 more minute of in and out. All right. Now we're going to conclude the breath work, and you can just stay here for another moment as I read you another part of being impeccable with your words from the book. So you can measure the impeccability of your word by your level of self-love. How much you love yourself and how you feel about yourself are directly proportionate to the quality and integrity of your word. When you are impeccable with your word, you feel good, you feel happy, and at peace. You can transcend the dream of the unworthy just by making the agreement to be impeccable with your word. Right now, I am planting the seed in your mind. Whether or not the seed grows depends upon how fertile your mind is for the seed of love. It is up to you to make this agreement with yourself. I am impeccable with my word. Nurture this seed. And As it grows in your mind, it will generate more seeds of love to replace the seeds of fear. The first agreement will change the kind of seed your mind is fertile for. Be impeccable with your word. This is the first agreement that you should make if you want to be free, if you want to be happy, if you want to transcend the level of the existence that is undesirable. It is very powerful. Use the word in the correct way. Use the word to share your love. Use white magic, beginning with yourself. Tell yourself how wonderful you are, how great you are. Tell yourself how much you love yourself. Use the word to break all those teeny tiny agreements that made you suffer. So thank you for watching. And tomorrow or the next practice will be on the second agreement. The second agreement is don't take anything personally. So until then, have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. Subscribe and like. It's Nicoletta.